Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. Protect your family, protect your employees, protect your home, protect your business. Safety Systems does it all. They provide the latest in security systems technology, and they offer the best contracts you will find anywhere. They'll beat any of these national companies that fill up your mailbox with flyers the same way they do mine. Safety Systems, you'll find their sign in front of my yard because I believe in them and have for years. And they not only do the security systems, but boy, you want an entertainment system, they can hook you up with a home theater system you won't believe. Safety Systems, give VFL J.J. Surlis a call this week. All right, Tennessee's offense scored on 6 of their first 7 possessions, including the first 23 seconds of the game. But was it as clean as you'd hoped it to be? Chuck, did you think it looked like a first game? Did you think they looked better than you expected in a first game? What were your thoughts on the offense in general?
I think it would be hard to nitpick it much. I mean, we've
come on.
Well, we've talked about how Hooker was a little high on some of the throws. We know that. Bob pointed out how there wasn't gaping holes. I mean, it's like you could see from the end zone angle I had, the running backs were kind of trying to wiggle through and then run. But for a first game with everything going on, no. I mean, I was impressed with it. Jimmy pointed out, you scored touchdowns on 8 of 10
possessions
and a field goal on the other. So
you got 5 quarterbacks in the game, which tells you what kind of a game it was.
Right.
Marlon, Josh, did you see anything that was really we mentioned the yards per carry in that last 7. Did you see anything that was really a worry at this point?
I would say for me, it's us not creating a new line of scrimmage. And as an interior guy, offensive line, defensive line, you understand that term. Creating a new line of scrimmage means I'm taking this guy's body and physically pushing him 2-3 yards down the field. And I think if we're not able to do that or establish that new line of scrimmage in a Ball State game, I think even someone like Pitt that didn't do great against the run versus West Virginia, I think that can show up. And so for me, that was a concern.
All right, Josh, let me show you something, then I'll get your take on it.
Okay.
Let's take a look back here at Josh Heupel's offense versus Pat Narduzzi's attacking, aggressive defense. Heupel versus all other foes, 47 games. And then Heupel versus Narduzzi and Pitt, 3 games. 5.6 touchdowns per game. Average is 4.6. That's pretty good, but it's a full touchdown less against Pitt and Narduzzi. Points per game, 5 points less. Yards per game, a lot less. Now, we could also factor in the fact that Heupel, in his win against Narduzzi, was +1 in turnovers. He's -4, including -3 in his 2 losses. So turnovers are a part of it. But, Josh, when you look at that, any concern that Narduzzi's defense, he's in 3 games versus 47, that's a decent sample size at this point. Do you think his defense has a little bit of an understanding of this offense, or do you say, nah, John, that's plenty good enough, don't worry about it?
I would say definitely a little bit more of an understanding. Like, one of the questions going into SEC play this year will be, how do coaches who saw Heupel for the first time last year, how do they adjust over the offseason preparing for Tennessee? And, of course, Tennessee has the chance to adjust. I recognize that, too. The last stat that you showed is what concerns me going in. You're going on the road. If you go on the road against a team that matches up fairly well and you lose the turnover battle, then you are absolutely at risk of losing the game. So taking care of the football, to me, is going to be it's often the number one priority. I think it might be that this time. They're going to get yards. They'll be able to put up points. They did last year. But if they give the football up, that will help Pitt with a new quarterback heading into their second game. That will help them even things out or give Pitt the advantage.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. And Narduzzi is on ESPN. I mentioned this to you after their win.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they showed this in the locker room, guy, right after the game. He goes, nobody runs the ball on us.
Our audio man just fell over.
Okay,
That's good.
I'm sorry. Nobody
Sterling,
runs the ball.
it's good.
Sorry. But he also said, and we need to run it better. So you got to want an idea of what to expect. I think that's what to expect.
It's all going to be about the run defense and run game.
And that wasn't me talking. That was Narduzzi.
That was you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I'll have the audio guy get mad at Narduzzi. All right. When we come back, should Tennessee be concerned, or should you be concerned about Tennessee's pass rush at all? I think we're going to have a little bit of a debate here between our VFLs. That's why people have been waiting for the 7th segment all day. That's next on the Sports Source. Come on back.
Miss an episode? Catch up at sportsource.tv or our YouTube channel.